is Julia, and I'm just going to take you through a basic yoga warm-up today. As always, please listen to your body, be fully present with your body, this moment, and what you are experiencing is the ultimate teacher. I'm just here to throw some things out there and share what I go through. Maybe you can relate, maybe it can benefit you, maybe it can't, but kudos to you for trying. All right, a little introduction. Yoga, the practice of yoga was introduced to me 7 years ago and has really been the light of my life, or helped me remain connected to the light of my life. I spent years in and out of hospitals with depression, crippling depression, anxiety, eating struggles, and this has really helped me to come home to myself and value what I've been given in this life. So I hope that you can glean some of that from getting into a yoga practice and coming home to yourself. All right, to start, we are just going to sit cross-legged, typical crisscross applesauce. You want to make sure that you can feel your sits bones. Those are the bones beneath the fleshy part of your bottom connected to the ground with a nice straight spine. So to have a straight spine, your pelvis is going to be neutral. You want to align your chest over your pelvis and your head over your chest. Our bodies are naturally designed, divinely designed to be this way. And by having a straight spine, we're able to let prana, chi, life force, the molecules that create us all flow through us evenly. We're able to also openly experience them. So just sit here for a moment, taking the healing that's around you. Begin to notice your breath, like really notice it. Where do you feel your breath? Are you breathing fast? Are you breathing slow? No judgment, just give it some attention. And then see if you can direct your breath down into your belly. Sometimes it might help to put a hand on your belly. Feel the rise and fall. Good. And just start settling into that. And now on your next breath in, we're going to lift the arms up overhead, allowing the shoulder blades to draw down the back while really reaching through your fingertips. Exhaling, bringing the arms back down. Good. Inhale, arms come up overhead, and this time we're going to exhale, bringing the right arm to the floor, reaching with the left fingertips, remembering that space in the shoulders and breathing through this nice stretch in the left side body. One deep breath here. On your next inhale, return to center, exhale. Left hand comes down, we're going to reach with the right fingertips. Good. Space between the shoulders and the ears. Your next inhale, please return to center. Arms come down overhead. Do a few neck rolls. Into the natural rhythm that your body's going through. Maybe wiggle some stuff out. And now we're going to do a few cat-cows before we come into, I'm just going to keep it simple today. We are learning a sun salutation. So warm up the spine some more. A lot of people say that our spine is our life. This is literally what we experience life through and holds so much energy. So let's treat it well. Respect it. All right, cat-cow. Coming off the mat here so y'all can get a nice side view. We are going to begin a tabletop. Hands under the shoulders. Knees under the hips with a nice straight spine. They call it table because if you were to put a coffee cup or something on your back, it should be able to remain stable. Now, of course, not during the next part that we're going to go into, because we're going to switch poses here for cat-cow. So, for cat, we're going to round the spine, tuck the tailbone, tuck the chin, and then cow, glide into a dip of the belly, tailbone curls up as well as the chest. You are welcome to lift the gaze. Good. Cat pose on your exhale. Inhale, cow. Remembering to let the shoulder blades draw down the back. Relax your belly. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. And then see if you can find a flow, your own rhythm, connecting to the breath. And after your next flow, we're going to meet a tabletop pose. Do a couple of tigers to really get the legs and quads ready for a bit more. So on your next inhale, we're going to actually bring the knee in towards the chest. Going into that cat pose, so the spine is round, your chin is tucked. Good. Move my hands a bit here. You still want to make sure your hands are under your shoulders. And then your exhale, we're going to reach that leg out behind us, really engaging the glutes there. Inhale, bring the knee into the chest, round the chin. Exhale, leg comes up, and we're going into that cow pose. The chest is going to come up as well as the gaze. Good. Exhale, knee into chest. Inhale, reach out. Exhale, knee into chest. Inhale, reach out, drop the belly. Such a good exercise for your booty. Find your rhythm. Good. And after your next one, meet the table, we're going to repeat on the other side. So inhale, right knee comes into the chest and chin, curl it back. Exhale, drop the belly, reach the leg up, chest comes up. Oops, kicked my dishwasher there. Inhale, knee comes into chest. Exhale, out behind you. Inhale, knee into chest. Exhale, out behind you. Do 3 more of these. I'm sorry if I feel kind of crooked here. I'm trying to not kick my kitchen over. Never hurts to check your alignment and restructure yourself. That's the ultimate self-care there. Good. Meet back in table pose. From here we are going to move into a down dog. So tuck the toes. Send the hips up towards the ceiling. Not pushing back through those quads. See if we can see me here. There we go. You want to have a triangular shape to your body. Take a deep breath here, let the head hang low. Taking a moment to really press the fingertips into the ground, engage your arms here. Maybe pedal out the feet. Shake the hips, do whatever you need to do to really connect with the breath flowing through your body right now. Good. And on your next inhale, please step forward to the front of your mat. Inhale, round the spine up. Arms come up overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Take a moment here and mountain pose, but turn towards you. I think that's best for here. So for mountain, we're going to take a moment, tune into that really important alignment. This is the structure for practicing yoga in every moment of your life, because it's not just on the mat, it is when we are standing in line, it is when we are sitting and just being with what's happening now, and having that structural foundation allows us to come home to that. So when you're standing, if you could just pay attention and really bring your mountain into your life, you'll notice a lot more. So to go there, we want to have our feet solid on the ground, really paying attention to that, feeling your toes on the ground, feeling your heels on the ground. Maybe you want to rock back and forth, just settling in. We want to have our knees over our ankles, our hips are over our knees, just like when we were sitting down. Chest over the hips, head over the heart. Feet are hip-width distance apart. Just take a moment here to relax. I like to picture a string pulling the crown of my head up towards the ceiling. And find your breath here. Sun salutation. Let's make sure that we're still recording. Okay. All right. So on an inhale, we're going to reach our arms up overhead, space between the shoulders. Exhale, hinging at the hips. We're going to go into a forward fold. So for forward fold, you do not have to come all the way down to the floor. You just want to make sure that you are keeping your spine straight and bending at the hips. If you hang out here, that's cool. If you hang out here, that's cool too. You could totally have a bend in your knees as well. So we're exhaling here, and we're going to step into a plank pose. So, okay, we're fully on camera, nice. You are welcome to be in plank, on your knees, or on your toes. Take a deep breath here, inhale. And on the exhale, wherever you are, we're going to drop the chest down, pelvis, chin, belly on the floor. About to go into cobra here. Hopefully I'm still on camera. Our hands are under our shoulders, pressing the pelvis down into the floor, inhaling. Chest comes up. It's very important to make sure that your elbows are drawing in towards your ribs. And you're remembering that straight spine. Chest is open, your chin's open to come up. You can stay here as well. Just make sure that there's space between your shoulder blades and that you are really engaging those forearms. So inhaling in cobra, exhale, we're going to tuck the toes, press into downward facing dog. Take a few breaths here. Inhale. Step forward to the front of your mat. Bring the hands to the knees. Straight back, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Do whatever you need to protect your spine and really hinge at the hips. Let the head hang heavy, and then inhale. Rolling back up, arms overhead, reach towards the sun. Exhale, hands to heart center. You just did a sun salutation. So let's go through that again. We're in mountain pose here. Inhale, arms come overhead. Exhale, hinge forward at the hips. Inhale, hands come to the knees, straight back. Exhale, bring your hands down to the floor. Step into plank pose. Hands under the shoulders, just like in our table here, except we're going a step further. And exhale, knees to the ground, chest, chin, pelvis, out. Roots strong. Inhale, hands under shoulders, elbows come up and back, chest is nice and open as we look towards the ceiling for cobra. Exhale, tuck the toes, press into downward facing dog. Take a few breaths here. Good. Inhale, come up to the front of your mat. Halfway lift, hands come to the knees. Flat back, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, roll the spine up, reach toward the beautiful sun that gives us energy and life. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Good. I'm going to do one more here from the front view in case this side isn't providing, I don't know, in case there's a different and better perspective that could be given right now. So we're going to inhale, arms come up overhead. Exhale, forward fold, hinge at the hips. Inhale, knees, hands to knees, flat back, halfway up. Exhale, hands underneath the shoulders. We're going to step back into plank. Take a moment here. Inhale, nice strong spine, pushing into the ground. Exhale, knees come down to the mat. Chest comes down, chin, followed by pelvis. Our hands are under our shoulders. And then we're going to press through the tops of the feet, the pelvis. Inhale, chest curls up, elbows up and back. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, look towards the front of the mat. Hands come to knees, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms up overhead. I feel like I should go into a breakdown of the chaturanga. That's when we're going from plank down to the ground and into cobra, because that is such an important part of the sun salutation. It really, I mean, dude, I don't do weights or anything. I do have a voluptuous toddler who likes being carried a lot, but I just use my body and keeps me, not to brag, this is just the beauty of what we can do with what we're given. I'm in pretty good shape, thankfully, so. Chaturanga. All right. Not that I'm like, ripped or anything, just very thankful for what I've learned to do through this practice. So, we're gonna go into that forward fold, hinge at our hips, hands come down underneath the shoulders, step back into plank pose. So you're here in plank, you want to have a flat back. It helps me to remember to kind of tuck the tailbone, really push into the ground. On our exhale here, you're going to bring the knees down to the ground, followed by the chest. And this is a great chance to make sure that your hands are under your shoulders. Chin, pelvis comes down along with the tops of the feet. And it's totally fine here to take a moment to remember your alignments and make sure that your elbows are drawing up towards the ceiling as we press into the pelvis. Good. Inhale, peel the chest up, cobra. Exhale, come into downward facing dog. Good. Walk forward towards the front of the mat. Hands come up to knees, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms come up overhead. I actually don't feel like I really gave you any more in that breakdown of it than what I said before. So if you have any questions, just feel free to comment and ask. So I'm not going to do a full practice here, just a little bit to help you get your feet wet and, bit by bit. That's the best way to do stuff. So I'm gonna go into chair pose here. It's really great for strengthening the quadriceps and grounding and really helping us remember our power. So you're going to start out in mountain pose and bend at the knees, acting like you're sitting down into a chair. It's important here to make sure that the knees are right at the ankles. And we're going to, with a straight back, reach the arms out in front of us. Feeling that straight spine, engaging our core. You're welcome to, if it's easier for you or feels more natural, have your hands in heart center, even at your hips. Just wanted to do chair pose because I was watching a movie last night, and this professional gymnast who lacked a lot of humility and thought that he could do anything was challenged to sit in chair pose, and he was unable to, because this is a pose that requires you to fully be in your body to maintain. And life is not about getting there, it's about flowing, sustainability, realizing we're here. So holding this pose, feeling the breath. And if you can't feel your breath, feel free to come up, because you always want to make sure that you can experience your breath. That's the key. We're going to stay here for maybe one more minute. Pressing into the toes. I like to sometimes flow my arms back and forth. With my breath. Good. Now we're going to inhale. Straighten the legs. Slow as you can go. Really take this in. Reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Beautiful. And I guess we'll try to decide if I should do a warrior or a balance pose. Probably a balance pose because we formed the glutes from that chair. So I'm going to go into tree here. Beginning in your mountain, we're going to come onto the left toes and then turn the foot out towards the side. Our heel comes into the ankle. So reconnecting here with that knee over the ankle, hip over the knee, pelvis over the hips, head over the heart. Find a point of stillness, something that's not moving to focus on. And then you're going to bring the foot up so that the inside is onto our shin, of course the inside of the shin. Hands come up to heart center. And immersing yourself in what is holding you, that point of stillness. You got this. You are this. You're welcome to play around, bringing the inside of the foot up, maybe to the thigh. Saying hello to your breath, hanging out with your breath. One more minute, and it's also totally okay to have your toes on the ground or come back down. And then exhale, we're going to return to mountain. So other side, I like to kind of pedal out my feet here and then pause to notice the difference between the right and left side of my body. And definitely feel more lucid on the right side. So let's catch up the left side. Coming onto our right toes. Taking a moment to make sure that the hips are square towards the front of the room. Turn that leg out, heel comes to the ankle. Find something that is still to focus on. Inhale, hands come to heart center. Tap into your breath here and then see where the inside of that foot wants to go. You know, every moment asks something different of us. The sides of our body are different, so it's important to just notice where you are today and honor that. So I feel like my left side does not want to go where my right side wanted to, so I'm just gonna hang out here for now. Good, and we're gonna stay here one more minute. You're welcome to play around even, see if your hands won't come up overhead. Sometimes it's nice to
Look up at the still ceiling for a challenge. Maybe flow with it. Tree in the wind, having some fun. Embracing the elements and remaining stable and strong through that.
exhale. So now we're going to inhale, arms overhead, step back into that plank one more time, please. And just hang out here for a moment. Plank is so good for you, it's so good for your core. Turn to the side so you can see my plank. It's so good for your arms. We're going to try that chaturanga one more time. That's the sequence where we come down to the ground and go into cobra. So inhale, strong plank. Exhale, we're going to bring the knees down, chest, chin, pelvis. Beautiful. Hands under shoulders. Engage through the pelvis, tops of the feet. Feel the chest up. Look towards the ceiling if you feel inclined to do so. Our elbows are in towards our ribs. Good. Exhale, downward facing dog. Coming into child's pose. So you're going to bring the big toes together. Press down, let the forehead mount. Now we are going to come into seat. Just checking to make sure that my phone still has memory and is recording. Cool deal. Okay. So find your way into a seated position. Our legs are out in front of us. Remember your sits bones on the ground. Find your alignment. This is seated staff pose, which actually takes a lot more, not effort. Can't think of the right word right now. It requires a lot more presence than one would think. So we have the sits bones in the ground. Our pelvis is neutral. Shoulders over the hips, head over the heart. Space between the shoulders and the ears. Our hands are at our sides, seated staff pose. Finding your breath here. I know I really feel this in my hips right now. It's a nice opening, yet opening embrace, if that makes any sense. Good. And from here, we are going to take the right leg, cross it over the left so the knee comes towards the ceiling. Inhale, back is nice and straight. And on an exhale, we're going to wrap the left arm around that right leg as we open the chest up towards the right. Finding length in our spine on the inhale. Exhale, opening a little bit more. Right hands are behind us. Nice twist. Twists are so good for us. Or picture your body like a sponge. It's kind of bring out what we don't need to hold on to. One more inhale here. On your exhale, unwind. Come back to center. We're going to do a little bit of ab work here. Boat pose. So please bring your feet to the ground. Your hands are going to come slightly behind you, and you're going to lean back so that your body's looking like the letter V. You are more than welcome to stay here and play around with lifting your hands off the ground. Sometimes it works out better to just get your toes up and keep your hands behind you. You just want to pay attention and make sure that your spine is staying straight. The letter V needs to happen from the tops of your legs through your trunk. The rest of your body, put it where it needs to be to keep that shape. We don't want curling. We don't want a big gap here. You want to honor your spine and the energy that's going to flow through there to strengthen your core. So, welcome to come up like this. Welcome to play around, tapping your feet to the ground. And hang out here. Just remember the letter V. And a great cue to engage the core is picturing that you're bringing your belly button back towards your spine and up. And as always, always, always remember you are breathing. I'm going to take 10 deep breaths here. This is a tricky pose. I hope that I'm modeling the proper alignment right now. Slowly come down to the ground. I'm going to do a twist on the other side. We just did the twisted towards the right, so we're going to twist towards the left now. Inhale, bring that left leg over the right. Knee still spine. Exhale, we're going to wrap the right arm around the left leg. Left hand comes behind us. Open towards the left side of the room. Lengthen the spine. Settling in here. Rooting to what nourishes us and releasing what we no longer need. To unwind. Come back to that staff pose, then bring tops of the feet to the ground. Hands behind us, start to slowly lean back. Bring the feet off the ground so the shins are parallel. Good. Play around here, engaging with that core. Hands can come up towards the knees. You could straighten your legs. You can keep your hands behind you. Just connect to that V shape. And seriously, this is a great place to start with the hands behind you, toes on the ground. Then slowly lifting up. it's always best to work your way up to things. Break it down into steps, one thing at a time. I'm gonna take 3 more deep breaths here. Like I said, I hope I was modeling the V shape because this is a tricky pose. All right, and guess we should do some hip opening here, just gentle hip openers. Please bring the insides of your feet together out in front of you. You are welcome to have them as far out as you need to have your hips relaxed. Straight spine, knees are opening, and if your hips are really tight, it can be awesome to have some pillows underneath to support you. It's not about getting down here. That is how you might hurt yourself. It's about just kind of releasing what's stored in our hips, part of our body that holds so many emotions. Being with that. Don't want to push it. Just be with it. Butterfly pose. Take a moment to sit here. And as we exhale, we're going to come down onto our backs. Made it. So please fall down. We're going to go into a bridge pose here. I really hope that I'm on camera. And move here. Chair needs to. There you go. All right, so we are flat on our back. Our feet are under our knees. Take a moment here to connect the shoulders to the ground and kind of scooch the shoulder blades in towards one another. On an inhale, we're going to press tops of the feet into the ground, curl the pelvis up so our hips are reaching towards the ceiling. Good. Chin is facing the ceiling as well. And we are, of course, remembering that straight line that's running from the tops of the knees to the crown of the head, that energy. Experiencing it in a different shape, remembering that it is always comprising us no matter what shape we are in. Right now, speaking of that, we are in bridge pose. You're welcome here to even clasp the hands under the back. That feels good. Exhale, come down to the ground. We're going to go into an inversion here. Waterfall pose. This is so good for you to do, to have your head over your heart and the legs up. When I first had my son, oh my gosh, having a newborn is so stressful. Kudos out there to anybody who's raised a child, but I had a doctor tell me to just do this for 20 minutes a day, and that it would make a huge difference in my stress levels. And granted, I didn't always get 20-minute segments, I rarely did, but even just like 30 seconds of allowing their feet to lift up towards the ceiling, being in an inversion, it really helps the nervous system to just chill. So just chill here. Good. Then last pose, Shavasana. Just make yourself comfy here. Corpse pose. Flat on the ground, arms open towards the ceiling. I used to skip over this pose, but it is super important. This is the part where our body reflects, our mind reflects, our spirit reflects on everything we just experienced and integrates it all. Rest is a period of sacred integration. please hang out here as long as you need. And I hope you enjoyed this really brief introduction to the practice. So keep it up little by little. And yeah, have a wonderful day.